Welcome to Severn Valley here in Hereford for round 4 of the British Autograss Series. If you've never seen autograss racing before, you are in for an absolute treat. It's fast and furious and action is guaranteed. I'm joined by Steve Langley as a commentator here on track for the championships, and Simon Bentley. Steve, I want to ask you first of all about the history of autograss. When did it all start? What's it all about?
Right, well, the sport that we see now evolved from something called jalopy racing, which started about 50 years ago. There's a little bit of an argument between the Welsh and the people up in Yorkshire as to where it first started, but I think independently they were running cars around grass fields, and slowly but surely they've then sort of like evolved into a national body. There was something called the British Jalopy Racing Association, which is when they all started to come together. That got replaced and the name of the sport got changed to Autograss. The National Autograss Sports Association, which is their current governing body, came into being, and it now means that everybody around England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland can run to the same rule book and come to events like this and just compete against each other. But it's going back 50 years.
Okay, and Simon, you're a director involved in the championships. 562 entries here this weekend for round 4. It's an absolutely amazing number, not least when you think of the problems that motorsports had generally around the country. This championship seems to be going from strength to strength. It's an amazing number of people.
Yeah, it's really, it's a normal, you know, this is nothing excessive for us. In years gone by, we've been up as high as 700, but now we have 2 championship rounds run on the same day, different types of championships. This is the British Autograss Series, and we got the UK Championship as well. They're running at York today, so they've got 300 plus up there as well. So, yeah, it's best kept secret.
Okay, so it's early in the day at the moment. We don't know who's going to be in the finals today. We've got 10 classes in the men's and the women's. We've got junior classes as well. I want you to give me your nailed-on favourite to win in one of the classes today. I know I'm putting you on the spot, and I know people like you like to sit on the fence. I'm not going to allow you to do that. I want one name who's going to win today in one of the classes, who's absolutely nailed on.
Well, I got to go with Class 7 because that's my class and it's where I've always raced. And yeah, Craig Bagley, he's the man at the moment. He'll either win it or bin it, either or. I think, you know, he's definitely the quickest man out there. So yeah, Craig Bagley.
Oh, I can't believe Simon Bentley fell into my little trap there. Nothing is more nailed on and certain than the fact the driver picked to be the nailed on certainty. To win it or bin it is going to bin it. But we spoke to Craig Bagley before the last heat earlier in the day to see how he views his chances. Craig, just been speaking to Simon Bentley. He tells me you are the nailed-on favourite in any class this weekend to take the win. And if ever there's a comment designed to kibosh your weekend, I guess that's it. How's it been going for you so far?
The weekend's been really good so far. I've had 2 wins yesterday with 2 really good races with Jake Roberts. But we've got to make the final yet. So we'll see how we get on with this heat, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be in the final.
And just for the viewers, just tell us a little bit about yourself. When did you start racing? How long have you been doing this for?
I've been doing the sport since I was 12 years old. I had a junior mini, and I raced that till the age of 16. And I went out of juniors then into men's class 1, which is the 998cc minis. And then I went into class 5, which my granddad races. I was racing with him alongside him for a year. And then I went out into the big boys class in class 7. 2 years ago, I think now. So yeah, it's been a patchy start for my 7 career the last couple of years, but this year has been good. It's a new car and everything seems to be working really well. So.
So hi everyone, ready for action here. Jake Sanson with Alan Talley beside me. I have to say it is an honour and a privilege to be back in the sport that gave me my first job in motorsport commentary. Great to see everyone here, shipshape and Bristol fashion, ready for the Class 1s, the starting point for every driver in the sport at budgetary level, of course. And Mark Mosley comes into this one as the favourite. He actually starts from P6, but he is unbeaten in the heat so far with 3 wins in a row. So the others are going to have a bit of a job to take him on down to that first corner. And He's chosen P6, which is an interesting tactic going in. Let's see who goes first as the tape goes up. We're waiting for the start. Tape goes up now and away. Good start from the middle of the field there from the 137. That's Edwards. He's got a good start on the inside line. Deegan has got through to the lead, but it's Deegan versus Edwards into turn 1.
And Mosley's got a miserable start. There he is in the R3 machine on the outside, taking a wide line, looking for the rough stuff. Is he going to get the grip out there? I don't think he is. That's Robinson down on the inside.
Oh, no!
Contact! Red flag will be out for that.
Dear, oh dear. Robinson just getting a little bit too heated on the inside of Edwards there. There wasn't enough space and a pirouette around. Red flag. Let's see if we can get a replay of that, because it was very tough to know who was at fault there. It might just have been a racing incident, actually.
That's Ashley Robinson in the blue machine down the inside, and he stays on the inside, just clips the R137 machine. Steve Edwards spins him round. Other cars are disadvantaged as well. No, more contact further back, so that race is going to be rerun later in the day.
Well, let's get straight in then with Class 3. Adam Saint on the inside line. This is for front-engined, rear-wheel drive modified saloons, just over 1,421 cc's. So Saint will take the inside line, Mackenzie alongside him, then Sam Gould of the North Shropshire Club. Two men from Wessex, Adrian Joyce and John Napier, split by Dave George, with Lewis Brown and Barry Almond.
John Napier scored 3 wins from 3 heats. He's going off P6 as well. Seems to be popular today. Didn't start very well in the last race, and it's disadvantaged again.
Yeah, Dave George there just getting squeezed by the Wessex boys as into that first turn, and what an amazing line from Almond. He goes from left on the far side up into about 5th position. Good move there, but into the second turn, and everybody trying to get that inside line, and it looks as though we've got a big disadvantage.
Look at Napier though on that outside line. He's on the rough stuff, and he's in P2 currently. Took all 3 wins earlier in the day, so you have to assume he knows where the grip is. More contact.
Well, are they going to be able to get that going again? That's going to be the key here. Sam Gould out in front, though, for the North Shropshire Club. That's where I started my commentary career, so it's great to see Sam still doing a brilliant job in Class 3, as he has done for several seasons. He flies through the turn, and he has got close company there from John Napier in second position.
Now, Napier, it is, who took all 3 wins earlier on. He went off P6, which was an interesting choice, isn't it, Jake? We'll see people later in the day, I think, making different decisions, going off the inside line. Doesn't look like he can close the leader down, though.
No, the inside line is not necessarily the best natural line off the start. You actually want to be placed closer to the middle, which is why we've seen in the last 2 heats drivers going for the middle to outside lines on the start.
Napier's about to lose it. No, just holds on to second place. Doesn't look like he's got the pace to catch the leader, though.
Oh, I don't think so. I think Sam Gould might have got this one. No matter how hard John Napier tries to catch him, he's not going to get there. Adrian Joyce is working hard to hang on to that 3rd position, if not try and get a 2nd place. But out of the final turn, it is going to be Sam Gould who picks up the victory. If he can just keep this together, he does indeed. And the checkered flag flies. So it's Sam Gould who gets it from John Napier and Adrian Joyce. Lewis Brown comes home in 4th from Adam Saint and Barry Almond, with Aaron Mackenzie and Dave George getting balked at the start. Sadly, he never gained that ground back, but it's a great victory in the final for Sam Gould.
Great start to the weekend. We're straight in with Class 5, men's Class 5. However, you will see there is a lady in this one. You can apply for a men's licence even if you are a lady, and Jenny Shepherd going off P2 in the South Somerset 22 machine. She is one of the ladies who has taken up the option for a men's licence to race with the men, and we're off and running. Class 5, 4 men, and the big point scorer today has taken the option to go off P1 and takes the lead.
Yeah, it looked to me as though Jenny Shepherd got the initial best start. We're on board with Colin Thorndike, who's got a great start round the outside, and looks like he might get a slingshot round the outside line. But to me, it looks as though Jenny Shepherd, yes, look, she's got back in front. So she leads the way onto the main straight. Manning, Chilvers and Smith are battling hard for second.
Thorndike's hung himself out to dry here, Jake. He's on the rough stuff, trying to find the grit, trying to dig the tyres into the churned up mud on the outside of the track. but can't get it done.
Well, that's right. For the first lap, if you're on the outside line, you kind of have to stay there and hope that you can slot yourself into position. Thorndyke is doing just that now, up to P6. He might get P5 if he takes a nice tight line onto the inside, but Shepherd leads the way here, beating the men in fine style at the moment. It is anybody's guess for second position, with Manning just in front of Jabez Smith. They almost touch on the braking zone.
Manning had the choice of grid start and chose to go off P1. The earlier big point scorers chose to go off P6, as we know. Manning chose P1, not working for him so far, but he's through to second place, but just about holding on to it. Back on board with Thorndyke. He's still looking for that grip down the outside. There he is. Very, very frustrating for him, though. Just can't seem to find it.
Yep, Shepherd still leading from Manning out in front, and it looks to me as though Jenny Shepherd has got the control, that you've got to be so careful on the throttle on the way through the corners. You're turning right more than you're turning left more, I should say, than you're turning right on the inside line, and Shepherd desperately trying to hang on to it from Manning, and I'm not sure he's going to be close enough. The checkered flag flies, and it's Jenny Shepherd who takes the victory in brilliant fashion here from Matthew Manning. Smith hangs on for third in front of Colin Chilvers. Dan Lewis, Colin Thorndyke makes it up to sixth, Nigel Candy seventh, and Kieran Cobb rounds it out in eighth position for the Invicta Kent Club. But a great race from Jenny Shepherd.
If you've never seen autograss racing before, this is what it's like. Comes at you thick and fast, one race after another. It's Class 7, Craig Bagley's class. He's going out of P5, but Andy Holtby and Carl Mosley were the big point scorers earlier on. They both took 3 wins apiece. It looks like Holtby's got the best start. Bagley's got a miserable start. It looks like he's down to about 7th place. Andrew Hornshaw has got the leads. They're going to turn 1, but not for long. Holtby looks like he's assumed it. No, he hasn't. It's Mosley that's come through and grabbed it.
Yes, it's Carl Mosley who leads. Abby Mosley and Grice are having a battle, but look round the outside. Here comes Holtby. He is an absolute lightning bolt when he gets that outside line nailed. He's still all the way to the right, but look at the power he's got. Beautiful round the outside. He's not quite in the lead yet. He's just about a wheel in front, but on the power. Look, he is able to out-drag Carl Mosley down the straight, tuck it round the outside. He can hold it there. I watched him off the start line. He had 2 wheels in the air. He had that much power off the front. This guy's got plenty of speed in him.
Been nip and tuck all the way, but he's just backed himself the lead. He came out of the final turn. He's got him wide again. Mosley looking for the inside line, but it looks like Holtby's got the grip on the rougher stuff. And definitely pulling away now. Yeah, he loves that outside line, Jake, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got so much grip on the outside. The car has got such a good centre of gravity. He's just able to throw it to the right and then just power around the left. Whoa, that was a big moment there for Cheyenne. Cheyenne has gone very wide there at the first turn, and that's cost him a bit of time. Big tank slapper there from Carl Mosley, but hanging on to second position as they go down the back straight. Cheyenne's lost it mid-corner. Cheyenne goes down to the back, and that has cost him any chance of a podium, I think up to third place. That is now Bagley. So Bagley is trying to save his race, trying to get Carl Mosley on the inside into the final turn. Who's going to get this second position, Mosley or Bagley? It's going to be Mosley, because Bagley has completely hashed the final corner. He's binned it as we thought he might. Win it or bin it, and he has unfortunately binned it this time. Holtby gets the flag. Bagley's going to recover down in 7th, but it's Scunthorpe 61, Holtby that takes the win. Mosley from Grice. Hornshaw is in a good 4th place there. Darren Lodge and Abby Mosley, with Craig Bagley and Patrick Sheehan, the 2 men who dropped it in the dirt and had to recover.
That was Class 7. This is Class 9, purpose-built open wheel specials. We're approaching the insanity level. These things are super quick, as you will see. The top 2 point scorers in the heats once again go off 7 and 8. Stuart Taylor and Russ Shepherd took 2 wins and a second apiece. It's Wilson, Williams, Lindsay, Stead, Cooper, Bow, Taylor and Shepherd. It was a manic start, but it was a false dawn. Red flags were straight out. Race has to be rerun. Join us for more action after the break.